The Facebook marketplace in 2021 is rapidly growing. And I mean, this thing is really taking off. And as an agency, we've helped our clients sell millions of dollars in products and services through Facebook pages and Facebook ads. But it's much more difficult to sell products with pages and ads because people on Facebook aren't really looking to buy things. So you have to have an airtight sales pitch to generate traffic with your Facebook page or with your Facebook ad account. But with the Facebook marketplace in 2021, you have Facebook users who are actually looking to buy and sell things on Facebook, which is amazing. So in this video, I want to give you guys a complete guide on how to use Facebook marketplace in 2021 to sell stuff, whether it's for your business or whether or not you just want to get rid of some personal items that you don't need anymore. And since this is still a relatively new feature, we're going to borrow some tried and proven techniques that Amazon and eBay sellers use as well. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm going to break this video down into two parts. In the first part, I'm going to give you guys an overview of Facebook marketplaces, like what they are, who's it for, and so on. Then later on in this video, we'll get into the second part where I'll walk through step by step what you need to do to set up your Facebook marketplace for success. Now this video may end up being a little bit longer than usual, so I'm gonna put some timestamps in the play area and in the description below. That way you can skip straight ahead to the part that you wanna learn the most about. But everything is gonna build off of one another, so if you are completely new, then I would recommend watching this entire video. If that sounds good, then let's go ahead and dive in with the basics and then build on to more advanced levels as we go. So let's start out by defining what Facebook Marketplace is and walking through the history very briefly. So number one, what is the Facebook Marketplace? So Facebook Marketplace was introduced in 2016, and it is a platform that became popular for people to sell items to local buyers. The model that I will compare it to would be Craigslist, but Facebook Marketplace is viewed to be a little bit safer and user-friendly because people's identity are tied to Facebook. Since it first launched, Facebook Marketplace now gives people the ability to sell products nationwide in certain categories, which provides sellers and buyers a much larger marketplace. Right now, Facebook has over 800 million marketplace users each month, and people are using it to sell their used and unwanted household items, and they're also using it to sell their business products as well. And some people are even doing what's called retail arbitrage, which is basically the practice of buying in-demand products from a retail store and then later selling them online for a higher price. So if you're a gamer, think about the PlayStation 5, for example, and how people were buying them when it first released. Later on, when the PlayStation 5 sold out, people began reselling them online on places like eBay, Amazon, and Facebook marketplaces. And that is great retail arbitrage. All right, so question number two, who should sell on the Facebook marketplace? Now the answer is very simple. Anyone. It isn't just for people who have some extra stuff that they want to get rid of, but it's also for business owners. It's for e-commerce businesses. It's for anybody who's an Amazon seller right now. It could even be for handmade artists or brick and mortar stores. So it's really up to you about how creative you want to get with your process when it comes to selling on the Facebook Marketplace platform. In fact, if you're already selling something on a place like eBay or Amazon, then the strategies are actually pretty similar. But unlike other marketplaces, Facebook charges 0 fees to list your items, especially if you sell them locally. And if an order does require shipping, then the seller is only charged 5% of the sales price, which is still great margins, and experienced e-com sellers would also know that as well. All right, so number three, what do you need to start selling on Facebook marketplaces? All right, so this process is extremely easy and literally takes 5 seconds to do, okay? All you need to have is an active Facebook account. Yep, it's just that simple. All you need is a Facebook profile, then you can enter their marketplace and list anything you want to sell. And if you would like to offer shipping for your listings, then the only extra step that you need to take is to add your payment method and your shipping information to your account. Now let's get ready to talk about number 4, the Facebook Marketplace algorithm, and then let's get into the step-by-step guide to setting everything up. But before I do, if you're new here, hey, I'm Sean with LYFE Marketing, the digital marketing agency that saves people from bad marketing and no growth. If you're getting any value from this video so far, please share it on your social media channels and like this video because it helps with the YouTube algorithm and shows the video to more people like you who want to learn about Facebook marketplaces in 2021. All right, so number 4, the Facebook Marketplace algorithm. I'm going to put up a quote straight from the developers of the marketplace, which will give us great insight into how the algorithm works, and then I'll summarize it. So here it is. For buyers, we use computer vision and similarity searches to recommend visually similar products, i.e. suggesting chairs that look similar to the one the buyer is viewing, and the option to have listings translated into their preferred language using machine translations. For sellers, we have tools that simplify the process of creating product listings by auto-suggesting relevant categories or pricing, as well as tools that automatically enhance the lighting in the images as they're being uploaded. So okay, this is a little bit advanced, but if you can understand the algorithm, it can literally skyrocket your growth on the Facebook Marketplace. Because when you know how the algorithm works, you will reach more people, get more awareness, which will quickly turn into you getting more leads and more sales for your products in the marketplace. So to dumb down a little bit how the algorithm works, it basically will show buyers products that are based on their searches, and then also show them products that are similar to what they have searched for and viewed. So boom, 2 things here. Number 1, make sure your products are optimized to be found through the marketplace search engine. How do you do it? Well, we can make a whole video on that, but as a quick tip, add tags and add descriptions that you think your buyers will most likely search for when they are inside of the marketplace. The second thing is that Facebook Marketplace will show buyers products similar to what they have already viewed. So bonus tip here, look at popular items or competitor items within the marketplace that are performing well, and then optimize your product listing to be similar to that one. So that if people don't buy your competitor's products, then they have a chance, a small chance to actually see yours. Okay, so that's a multi-million dollar recommendation that I just gave you guys, and I hope that makes sense. Now I'm curious, are you a new or existing seller on Facebook Marketplace? I really want to know. Tell me in the comment section below if you have ever sold anything on Facebook Marketplaces. And if not, tell me what products or items you are trying to sell. I really want to know. All right, now let's get into how to sell on Facebook Marketplaces step by step. So of course, the first thing that you need to do is find something that you actually want to sell. So you can look around your house, your garage, your attic to find something that is worth reselling. Or maybe you have a business with an existing product, or maybe you want to make some type of product, or maybe you just want to flip something really quick like that retail arbitrage example that we went over earlier. So once you have some ideas, then take a look around the marketplace to see what other sellers, are selling. This will give you an idea of what your pricing may need to look like, your descriptions may need to look like. Heck, you can even find out what pictures you need to take. Now you can sell in many different categories like video games, apparels, electronics. Here's the full list on the screen right now. Vehicles, property rentals, apparel, classified electronics, entertainment, family stuff, free stuff, etc. Once you have a general overview and you have some solid product ideas that you want to proceed with, now it's time to start putting together some forecasts through product research. This is a crucial step, especially for sellers who are going to commit to selling products through Facebook for the long term. Now, there are 3 focal points of your product research, and that's going to be around profitability, demand, and competition. So let's start with profitability. Now this one is a little bit easier because with Facebook, unlike eBay or Amazon, you don't have to pay a ton of money in selling fees. And generally, listing fees can be completely free if you're selling locally. Now, if you want to ship products, remember Facebook will only charge 5% of a selling fee, which also helps cover the cost of payment processing using their checkout system. So for example, if you sell an item for $100, Facebook will charge you a $5 selling fee. Now compare that with eBay and you will pay 14% or $14 as a selling fee. And then guys, you still have to pay for shipping. And with Amazon, you will have to pay a 15% referral fee and then another 15% doing fulfillment by Amazon fee, which is best for that platform if you want to optimize your product listing. Now, of course, Facebook Marketplace's fees may increase, especially as their marketplace continues to grow at the rate they're going at right now. So definitely take advantage of these selling fees while you still can here in 2021. Next, let's talk about demand. Since Facebook doesn't directly provide us with any data, then we have to look for other ways to determine the product demand. I would suggest doing some research on other marketplaces, and of course one of the first and biggest marketplaces in the world is eBay. And with eBay, we can specifically look at a product and see when it was sold in the last 90 days. So let's take a look at an example together. So right now, Pokemon cards are coming back, right? So I'm gonna do a search on eBay for Charizard cards, which is a type of Pokemon card. And as you can see, they are currently 56,521 Charizard cards available for sale. Now, within the last 90 days, we can see that 45,379 Charizard cards were sold, which is over a 50% sell-through rate. So clearly, there's a lot of competition for these specific cards of over 56,000 to sell, but it's balanced by high demand, which means it's likely a good product to sell on eBay and also likely a good product to sell on Facebook Marketplaces. Now, of course, there's a lot of paid and premium tools that you can use to do much more sophisticated market research. But if you're just selling a few items, then eBay research will likely be enough. Also, of course, with enough testing and experience, you'll likely be able to identify demand on your own without doing any research over time. Now lastly, let's talk about competition. So just like how we calculate demand, it's pretty easy to identify competition. So my quick note on competition is that competition is a good thing. Okay, let me say that one more time for the people way in the back watching this video. Competition is a good thing. If you're doing any kind of product research and there are no or very few competitors, then that is a signal that that product may not be a good product to sell. Because listen, there has been people who's been selling online since eBay was started in 1995, and that was over 25 years ago. And those people are very experienced in finding high demand products and getting supply and then selling it. So either you stumbled upon a very rare opportunity that people with over 25 years of experience haven't found, or more than likely your product demand isn't very high. All right, so once you nail down your profitability, you know that you can sell it and you know that you can make some money. And then you know that there's actually demand. You know that there's people out there searching for it and willing to buy it. And then you see that there's competition, then you're off to a good start. So now you're ready to start listing your item for sale. So let's look at exactly how to do it. First, simply log into your personal Facebook account and then click on the left side hand menu where you see Facebook Marketplace, or you can simply go to facebook.com/marketplace. Once you're there, on the left hand side, you're gonna see a blue create new listing button. Next, click on choose your listing type. You can choose from items for sale, vehicles for sale, homes for sale, or you can even list a rent or job opening. For this example, we're gonna look at items for sale. Now you'll fill in the product information and add any product images that you have. This is where we begin the process of listing optimization to make sure that our products can actually be found by our potential customers. And then we want to make sure it's engaging enough to be clicked so that it is more likely to be seen and sold. So first you want to make sure your title and descriptions have relevant keywords to improve your search. Now warning, you do not by any means need to jam your description with a lot of keywords. I would recommend adding 3 to 5 very relevant ones, okay? The more detailed information that is in your description, the better. The more likely it's going to get picked up by Facebook's algorithm. But you also got to remember, real people are reading your descriptions and they don't want to see a bunch of keywords. They want to know what your product is all about. For example, I'll create a listing for a PlayStation 5 console that I may want to resell. I've titled it Use PlayStation 5 with Wireless Controllers. So there already should be zero confusion about what the customer will get if they see my listing. In addition, the keyword PlayStation 5 and wireless controller may help that product be found. In the description box, I will make some notes of the condition and again what's included with the purchase with some relevant keywords. And of course, I added plenty of tags too. Adding tags is optional, but something I highly recommend. You want to try to add at least 5 tags to your listing when you're getting ready to put it up. Now here's a quick preview of my listing. Looks pretty good. So the next thing we need to do is figure out what we want to do as far as shipping. So for this example, I'm going to choose shipping and local pickup so I don't exclude any buyers. We'll also go for a prepaid label provided by Facebook, which will make the shipping process very seamless and easy to go through. But you can also choose your own shipping option as well. Next, we'll choose the weight, and then after that, Facebook will preview how much money you can expect to earn when somebody buys your product after their fees. The last step is choosing where you want to list your product. Of course, you need to add it to the overall marketplace, but you can also include it in local selling groups as well, which can help you get even more potential buyers. So after choosing your listing area, you are ready to publish and talk to your buyers. But wait a second, Sean, how should I talk with my buyers? Well, glad that you asked, right? So if someone is interested in your listing, then they can send a message directly to you. Now, there are all sorts of buyers out there, and some are very impatient and others are just very unresponsive. In either case, here's my best advice. Number 1, answer messages as soon as possible to increase your chances of making a sale. Because if you respond too slowly, they will likely hit up other sellers and that could lose your potential sale. Number 2, if someone is rude or angry, just ignore them, okay? Number 3, expect to negotiate. People will lowball you, and it is okay to stand firm on your price. And lastly, let's talk about how to handle the transaction of a sale. Now, I don't need to tell you that meeting up with strangers that you talk to on the internet can be a little bit sketchy. So of course, be cautious when you're handing off your products to a local buyer and try to follow these safety tips. Number 1, meet in a public area like a shopping center or a parking lot where you know there's going to be a lot of people around. And if you're meeting at night, make sure you're parking toward the entrance of a store that is still open or under a light post. Number 2, most police stations have a designated area where you can meet up with people to buy and sell local goods. For instance, my local department has a safe exchange zone that is well lit and monitored 24/7 with surveillance cameras. All right. And then number 3, if you're selling high value items to cash buyers, then you want to make sure you're keeping like a counterfeit money pen on hand so you can identify if the cash you're receiving is actually real. And then finally, you should always view someone's profile before meeting up with them so you know what they look like, and try to make sure that it's an actual real person. So reviewing some of their photos or some basic information on their profile, like where they live, if they work somewhere, if they have family members or other life events going on. And if something seems off at any point with the customer, stop all communications, go with your gut. Facebook allows you to report suspicious people as well, or any suspicious activity that you see on the marketplace, so that's an option for you too. Now, since you made it this far, I got a bonus section for you, which is how you come up with product ideas for the Facebook Marketplace. Number one, keep your eyes open for new releases of popular items. When there is a popular item that is coming out soon, like the new Beyonce apparel release, or a new popular concert, or a new gaming system like the PlayStation 5, those items are more than likely going to have huge demand and likely sell out. So if you can buy them on release day and then wait until it's sold out and then go online and resell them, you're almost sure to make money on the Facebook Marketplace. Number two, stay on top of new trends. Okay, we talked about this with the Pokemon cards a little bit earlier, but coming back to it, this of course is a new trend and a lot of people are not paying attention to it. Some people are literally walking into stores, buying cards, and then reselling them online for a profit. So think about other trending items that you can throw into your mix as well. All right, number three, seasonal products. As seasons change, so does consumer needs. So think about products that you can position during a particular season and then be the first one, the very first one to start offering it in the marketplace. Stuff like selling ugly Christmas sweaters early in November may put you ahead of that early rush to get those sweaters. Number four, sell perishable items. Products that turn over quickly will always have a huge demand. We saw that with stuff like toilet paper in 2020. So think about things that people use every day and see if you can add that to your marketplace listings. All right, so that just about sums it up with the Facebook Marketplace. Remember, you can make a lot of money with Facebook in the marketplace and just on the platform overall. We've helped our clients use Facebook pages, Facebook ads, and Facebook marketplaces. So if you haven't checked out our other Facebook videos on Facebook marketing or Facebook business page, then I'll put them up coming up next, and I'll see you over there.